Hold on. Bringing up my desktop. Bringing up A Course in Miracles online. Today is lesson 29. Cruising through the first month, guys. Let's see. Simple says Grand Risings, Eric. I've just dropped a post that will open a few eyes, hopefully, today. Awesome. Always feel free to drop links. That's why we're here. Hey, Sissy. Grandest Risings to you. I know the last 2 days Anna said she couldn't make it in the morning. I don't know if that's for today or not, but we'll wait just a little bit and see who shows up before we dive into lesson 28. We have Nadine Callis coming up this afternoon, 1 o'clock. She is a quantum shaman. We're going to talk about sound healing. We're going to talk about vibrations. Hey, M3. Good morning, my friend. What's up, Tiger King? So that's going to be interesting. My guess for Saturday, I think it was Saturday, the animal communicator has to reschedule for next Saturday. There she is. Hey, Anna. I was just talking about you. Let's get my shoes on, guys. Tiger King says, read this to N. Tell me what you think, Eric, please. I've learned from your channel, Eric. I learned from you. It's a brand new day. Let the Lord be with you, and I'm going to have a cracking day. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Tiger King. I hope you get a chance to stop in and let us know how your cracking day turns out. Maybe this evening. Sniper, are we opening the doors to the Esoteric Lounge tonight? Yep, lesson 29. Sissy says, Sniper, I already came across your most recent post and shared it to my community. I'm pretty sure there is at least one watcher who gets it twisted. M3 says, oh, Yogi, I wanted to ask you how I may be able to reach out to you, possible? May I have your email address? Yes. So I'll put it here in one moment. I'll write it out. However, it's also, it's in my community page or whatever, my about me, whatever that is. Keep life simple. I agree. Please tell me whether your YouTube channel will be monetized. I wouldn't know. However, do you want it monetized? If you want it monetized, if you are working towards that end, then my answer would be yes. You've also just gained a new subscriber, my friend. So what do we need to help you get monetized? How many watch hours do you have, my friend? You have the subscribers. I suspect you're getting close, right? You're getting close to your watch hours. As long as you're working towards that goal, as long as you are adhering the YouTube guidelines, you're not breaking any rules. YouTube's a business. YouTube wants you to succeed, despite what some people might think. YouTube wants you to succeed because when you succeed, they do. They want you to make money, so they make money. Simple business. All right, where are we? We're going to dive into lesson 29. We're here to help you, though, my friend. Whatever you need, let us know. All right. Get off the internet, you old geezer. Probably sound advice. Tiger King says, just so you know, I may not be on your channel tonight. The late one because I'm off to Panama. Nice. and the punching and pantomime on when I do my drama. So did somebody using the space different. Gotcha. I've been working hard, 1,000 watch hours. You have 1,000 now? Okay. I have your channel up. Keep life simple. I'm subscribed. I get all notifications. I will watch your stuff.
Yeah.
I got a video up playing right now. I will. We're going to dive into lesson. There we go. We're going to dive into lesson 28, guys. Oh, let me type in my email address. It's funny. I'm going to go back to that comment. Get off the internet, you old geezer. Generation X, guys. My generation were here at the beginning, at the very beginning of the internet. Gen X is the one that gave you this stuff, guys. Show some respect. If it wasn't for Gen X, you guys would still be playing Pong in your mother's basement. Hey, Long Jed. All right, here we go. Lesson 28. I'm sorry, lesson 29. My mistake. If you guys remember, lesson 27, above all else I want to see. 28, above all else I want to see differently. What is it that you want to see? You want to see lesson 29, which tells you God is in everything I see. Now things are starting to make some sense, right, guys? Things were being negated. We were told that I don't know what anything is for. I don't know what these thoughts are for. I don't understand anything. Now we're saying why. Everything is going to start making sense. M3 says, laughing. Gen X, we're old now, I guess. Yes, our generation created iPhones. Yep. We were the first to experience everything that the young people are experiencing now. We put it on the map. The idea for today explains why you can see all purpose in everything. It explains why nothing is separate, by itself or in itself. And it explains why nothing you see means anything. In fact, it explains every idea we have covered thus far, and all subsequent, I'll get it, ones as well. Today's idea is the whole basis for vision. You will probably find this idea very difficult to grasp at this point. You may find it silly, irreverent, senseless, funny, and even objectionable. Certainly, God is not in a table, for example, as you see it. Yet we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe, and what shares the purpose of the universe shares the purpose of its creator. Try then, today, to begin to learn how to look on all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. You do not see them now. Would you know? You do not see them now. Would you know what is in them? Nothing is as it appears to you. Its holy purpose stands beyond your little range. When vision has shown you the holiness that lights up the world, you will understand today's idea perfectly, and you will not understand how you could ever have found it difficult. Our 6 2-minute practice periods for today should follow a now familiar pattern. Begin with repeating the idea to yourself, and then apply it to randomly choosing subjects about you, naming each one specifically. Try to avoid the tendency towards self-directed selection, which may be particularly tempting in connection with today's idea because of its wholly alien nature. Remember that any order you impose is equally alien to reality. Your list of subjects should therefore be as free of self-selection as possible. For example, a suitable list might be God is in this coat hanger, God is in this magazine, God is in this finger, God is in this lamp, God is in this body, God is in that door, God is in that wastebasket, God is in you, God is in me, whoever you see, whoever you select. In addition to the assigned practice periods, repeat the idea for today at least once an hour, looking slowly about you as you say the words unhurriedly to yourself. At least once or twice, you should experience a sense of restlessness as you do this. Lesson 28 and 29 are my favorite. This is when some of my favorites. Lesson 30 drops another big clue, guys. Stay tuned. If you remember lesson 28, lesson 28 was above all else, I want to see things differently. And it lets you know anything. This pen, this finger, this desk can all be, hey cat, can all be objects suitable for your awakening. You can awaken to the ultimate purpose of your life, to the ultimate purpose of the universe itself, just by looking at a pen. Think a pen is a pen is a pen, right? A pen is meant for whatever, writing a check. Look deeper, past your egoic assigned purpose to the purpose of the universe. You see it here, you see it everywhere. Any questions, guys? Hey, Daniel. What's poppin', Chrome Dome? What's poppin'? I've explained this before, guys. What's poppin' is my bad shoulder. What's poppin' is my arthritic knee. What's poppin' is my creaky, cranky back. Quite a few things are popping every morning. But I'm usually, you know what? Once I get in that first round of yoga asanas in, I'm almost creaking and popping free. How you start your day is how your day's going to be. Sissy says current watch hours needed for me is 1,234. You are cranking though. You're moving. We will continue to be there for you, Sissy. All right. Hey, M3, you got my email? I'm going to remove it. I've had people continue, we got people coming in to troll. That's fine. That's absolutely fine if you want to come here and troll. It's, it's a public outing. It's to be expected. I really don't care. But some people have taken advantage of having that email or reaching out to me on social media to continue the trolling in my off YouTube life. That's a little harder to appreciate. I don't mind coming here, and playing the YouTube game, which, sometimes can be kind of fun. Usually I do have fun with it. It's, like with Spiff, it's hard to get upset. Someone comes in saying that. Spiff should hail whoever he wishes to hail. But, off of YouTube, when you want that little bit of downtime, you too, keep life simple. I'm subscribed. I'll be looking for your stuff, and we will lend you watch hours as often as we can. What was the question there? Bro, why did you tweet that about black people? Man, I haven't been on Twitter since it stopped being Twitter. Daniel says, mine too. I'm young and I have arthritis. And something is wrong with my back. Hey, so you can correct that quite a bit. I don't know the actual issue. Joint mobility, working a joint gently and easily through its full range of motion, increases the synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is the motor oil of the body. Begins to dry up for whatever reason. Very often diet, very often lack of movement. Some cases age. For you being young, it might be that an early onset arthritis, but a lot of that can be reversed. You're welcome, Life. You're welcome. Hey, we care about you, Daniel. Hey, Mark. Hey, Michael. Michael, how are you? Thanks for coming back. Danny says, why not get someone's point of view while they have nothing to talk about? Don't know what you mean. What makes you say he has nothing to talk about? We actually have a topic this morning. You're off topic, my friend. Maybe you should start a channel and talk about all the things you want to talk about. You can start a channel and talk about all the things that I shouldn't talk about. You can start an anti-yogi channel. M3 says, I myself go to a chiropractor, and it's definitely helped my mobility. I've only been to a chiropractor once. I had an appointment 2 years ago. Did not make it. I wonder if my new insurance covers chiropractor. I'm going to have to check. Danny says, I just got here. Well, welcome, my friend. Taver says, Morris, I've had people start anti-yogi channels before. They generally lose interest after a bit. If you start something, be committed. If you really dislike me that much, be committed about it, guys. Don't half-ass your way through disliking me. Wake up every morning full. They used to say vim and vinegar way back in the olden days. Let's see. Sissy says, Course in Miracles, lesson 29 is the primary topic for this live. Yes, we should get back to that. Any questions about lesson 29? The snow has not melted, but it's not snowing, Tiger King. It's been cold. I don't think sometime mid next week it's finally going to get above freezing. Many chiropractors here are no longer taking insurance. That's a shame. What is a yogi channel? What is a yogi channel? Well, this is like my channel, you know? So with my channel, I get to talk about whatever I want to talk about. Long just says, everyone always asks me to crack their back. Does it help? And it says, yogi is someone who practices yoga, Danielle. Yes. Hey, Tavon. How are you? Got you, sissy. Am I a fan of Hanna-Barbera? It's a good question. I'm a fan of Hanna-Barbera. Barbera knows what they've done. When I get a full apology from Barbera, then we'll talk. Until then, I'm holding on to my judgment. Keep It Simple says, yoga is someone who is kind. It should be. If you are sincerely practicing yoga, if you consider yourself a yogi, then you are practicing the yamas and the niyamas. The yamas In my opinion, the most important. Those are the 5 ethical restraints. You restrain something in order for the opposite to grow in effect. So I restrain from harm and I reside in peace. I restrain from uh, stealing and then I realize abundance. Now, when we say refraining from stealing, we're not talking about physically or just exclusively physically taking something that doesn't belong to you. Are you stealing someone's self-worth by, or attempting to, by going into a live stream and trying to make them feel bad? Here's what you're stealing from. You're not stealing from me or anyone else. You're stealing from yourself. That's how deep these practices go. Longjan says, yes, Yogi, cracking back seems to really help. And wrestlers do it all the time before matches. I used to do the, when you would link arms back to back and they would pull you back and you would pull them back. Michael says, if you get into Tai Chi, you can do bone breathing and make bone marrow pink and electric. Yep, I've read some Montauk Chia. More Qigong for him than Tai Chi. What did I miss? My wife was just off the job. She has been waiting for a good while. It's great this side of the fat pond. Awesome. Congratulations to your wife. I hope you all go out and celebrate. Mark says, Yogi dude, I was so pleased to see that after not figuring I had a browser on mute, that you were actually, I don't know what that is, being sent? I don't know what that is, Mark. So let me mention again, my guest for Saturday has to reschedule for a week. But I'm still on for today. Nadine Callis is a quantum shaman. Tomorrow we have Nanette in the evening. If you remember Nanette Tearhart. And Elaine Felby. Elaine is a longtime practitioner of A Course in Miracles. Sissy says, I am, as well as can be this time, TK. Thank you for asking. Hope you and your lovely wife are doing well. Hey, Jamie. Turns out you need to press play. Yep. So this is not you, the troll. Well, I'm glad it's not me. Tiger King says, Eric, start my day off with a wonderful life. Could we do a bit of breathing work today? I want to stay relaxed and rejuvenated, but yes, we can. What time is it? We'll do some breath work in just a minute, guys. M3 says, sadly, many people today cannot agree to disagree and be open to trying to better understand each other's claims, encouragingly challenge others' views, and have an open discussion so both may learn. That's true. Well, you know what? Also, even if you don't want to do that, which is fine, I'll be honest, I have little interest in debate any longer. But I also have little interest in anyone having to think like me. Don't care. I don't want to change anyone's mind. And I don't, I fully respect. Think how you think, view things as you view things. As long as you're happy, as long as you're not hurting anyone, life is fine. I do have people occasionally who want to come in and, and even gently so, want to like challenge my views. which is fine. I generally don't engage because, as I said, I don't care if you don't think the way I think or want to practice the way I practice. It means absolutely zero to me. Mark says, I never message Eric back. I tease him like an Alaskan. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Long just says, nice to see you, Tiger King. M3 says, I myself try not to debate, yet have open discussions. Thanks for the happy poop. I understand that, M3. Hey, Christopher. I'm sorry, Christian. Fax. I don't have a fax machine. Fax machines were pretty cool way back in the day. Tiger King says, Long John, how are you? Simple as Soul is the synchronicity for today. The Chap Garden, I'm working on a new submariner. Mark says, that's how you nihilist spell it, because you just don't care. I'm definitely not a nihilist. M3 says he used to enjoy debates and was on a debate team in high school many wins ago. Since we are old, we are old. Especially, I'm first generation. I was the dawn of Gen X. This is a bit of relief. I have a mixed thoughts on the previous generations before me. Yep, I've seen it, Tiger King. Eric has Morse. I guess people still use that, right? The last of the code talkers passed away. The Navajo code talkers, the one who had an unbreakable code system in World War II. Brady says, Jesus Christ is the King of Kings, the Lord of the Lords. Kat says, I think the open discussions while we have a guest is a bit annoying, though. Everyone wants to express an opinion before letting someone else speak. I can understand that for sure. Yes, Mark, a Wolverine shaved would be out of the question. Tiger King says, feeling positive today. I'm going to go out for a nice walk. I'm going to look at the wildlife. Then I'm going to sing on the way past and skip maybe jolly good Eric. Awesome. That's the way to do it. Hey, Lucy. Sissy says, I love that so much, TK. Hey, Fred. Thanks for being here, my friend. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Fred comes right in and he starts helping. Fred's an awesome guy. Whoa, 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 Mark. Now we're getting controversial. That's why Marvel kills DC. Are you forgetting Batman? That's all I have to say about DC. Batman. As long as DC has Batman, DC will be the best. Simple says, thanks for last night, Lucy. Sissy says, I remember seeing that announcement, Eric. I cried a little. The end of a legacy, or not. Tiger King says, Eric, start my day off with a wonderful life. Could we do a bit of breathing work today? So want to stay relaxed and rejuvenated. Yep, we're going to do it in just a few minutes. Hang in there, Tiger King. I'd like to end with breath work. Generally because a lot of people don't like the breath work and they'll end up leaving, which is fair enough. Longden says, good stuff, Tiger King. I've been getting in lately as well, and also have to get it in today. Wishing you good luck, bud. Nice. And Fee says yes. I felt sadness once I heard MTV went off the air. It's just as sad as learning Disney took over Star Wars. Childhood memories. Yeah. To be fair, with MTV, they stopped being MTV a long time before, right? If you are of a certain generation, you really, you know, my generation, our generation, you really don't know how what an impact MTV had on a lot of people. For me, it introduced a whole different style of music. Now I had listened to new wave, uh, which was sort of post punk, neo punk, uh, Blondie, The Cars, early Police, um, something totally different. Talking Heads, but MTV introduced Tears for Fear, Duran Duran, all kinds of people I hadn't heard before. It also rejuvenated a lot of the uh, 60s and 70s bands. ZZ Top was given a brand new life. MP says, I don't think you have enough mods yet. Probably right. Like says some pro breath work, hell to that. And then came Guns N' Roses and Nirvana. Yep, yep. Sissy says, I originally came for breathwork, and a lot of topics are bangers and stayed for the realness. Thanks, Sissy. Place would not be the same without you. Mark says, oh yeah, Yogi, Yogi. Frankie goes to Hollywood. Yep. And he never came back. Sad. Tiger King says, got over 53 subscribers. It's telling me I have to make the shorts. Do you know when I made the shorts, Eric? Or anyone do? I have to be on the show. You can do anything, Tiger King. Go out with your camera and do some nature shots and make shorts out of them. All the nature that you see, or even, doesn't have to be animals. Nature's in everything. Do some shorts of some trees, some bushes, some grass, clouds, whatever animals you might see. You don't have to be in it at all. Hey, Skits. All right, Skits, I'm setting my clock. You got 10 minutes to annoy me. All right, you guys ready to do some breath work? Let's keep it simple today. We're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. We're going to exhale through the nose for a count of 4. We're going to use what's called Ujjayi breath, which translates from Sanskrit into victorious breath. But I like to call it ocean's breath. This is when you make the sound ha. You literally, that's it. Breathe out with a ha. You guys remember fogging up bathroom mirrors? Or, outside, you want to fog something up? And you go, that's the sound you want to make. However, now do it with your mouth closed. Breathe in through the nose. Now reverse that and breathe in, making that same sound. Can you hear that? Pretend that you are imitating someone that has a very gentle snore. If I were to ask you about your partner snoring, how would you do it? If I were to ask you, could you imitate a miniature Darth Vader? Darth Vader was this little tiny evil figure. I don't think Darth Vader was really that bad, just misunderstood. How would you do it? You would breathe in. Very gentle. This actually soothes the vagal nerve. The vagal nerve is the largest nerve in the body. And its function is to bring us from that fight or flight, reactivity back down to rest and digest, from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. It's very important that we have that range of motion. We want to be able to react whenever we are truly attacked, not imaginary attacked, not when our boss yells at us, not when the dog pees on the carpet, not when your kid pees on the carpet, not when the carpet pees on the kid. None of those things. We get mildly upset and we clean it up. It's the way it's supposed to be. We don't even have to get mildly upset. We can just clean it up with a smile on our face. But we're all out of whack. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being rage, 0 being peace, asleep, we should cruise through the day at the level of 2 and 3. Responsive, ready to do things, ready to leap into action to help an older lady across the street, right? Ready to leap into action to do any task that our boss gives us to do, whoever our boss might be. Ready to leap into action if we need to swerve to miss a deer crossing the road or whatever, right? And then we go back down to 3. But we wake up in the morning already because of all the previous crap, yesterday's karma that we carry with us. We're at a level 4. And then we wake up and we immediately pick up the phone or turn on the internet, wherever, and we doom scroll. We see all the bad news. News is supposed to be bad, right? This happened and this happened and this happened, and now we're at a level 6. Someone cuts us off for traffic and we're at 8. We're seething. We're almost on that verge of rage, and sometimes, in the case of road rage, we actually get over. Breath work returns us back down and down and down, just like our friend Tiger King was saying. He wants to maintain that good feeling, which is a worthy goal. What if, Tiger King, what if your only goal for today was peace? True peace of mind, unwavering. What would you do to maintain it? You would do some breath work. You would be forgiving, and you would be kind. That should be your goal every morning. I only want the peace of God. Sometimes you got to ask for it. That's the whole message of A Course in Miracles. I only want to be at peace. All right. So we breathe in for a count of 4. We breathe out for a count of 4. Making that ha sound, toning the vagal nerve, calmer, more relaxed, and more responsive, less reactive. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, whoever wants to participate. My ex was a freight train store, and I chose to sleep on the couch. Sometimes the best thing for people are separate beds. Coming together when you want and need and wish, but if sleep is a priority, sometimes the best we can do. All right, we get a thumbs up from Michael. We get a thumbs up from Anna. Sissy is ready. Tiger King, I'll answer your question the best I can right after we do breath work. This is for you by your request. Here we go. Let's start by closing your eyes. Sitting down, back straight, but you're not rigid. You're comfortable. Shoulders dropped. Spend a moment, and from your temples, jaw, shoulders, arms, all the way down to your belly. Let everything drop. Not sag, but drop. Relaxed. Bring your attention to your nose and notice that when you breathe in, there's a particular spot somewhere on your nose, somewhere on the nostril that you feel it the most. Put your attention there. And as you exhale, feel where the breath leaves the nostrils. Allow it to come back completely on its own, no effort on your part. And just notice the coming of the breath, the going of the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention all the way down to your belly. And notice that as you breathe in, the belly gently rises, extending itself like an ocean's tide. And as you exhale, the belly gently falls back. And just watch that, the ocean of the breath, extending like a tide, falling back. Watch your belly rise, your belly fall. Then count to 3. Remember that ocean's breath? After 3 on that next breath that we draw in, I'm going to count to 4. There's going to be a beat. And then we exhale through the nose for count of 4. Breathing in for 4, exhaling for 4. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Using that ocean's breath, breathing in for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And let the breath go. Allow it to settle into its own easy and natural rhythm. No effort at all on your part, allowing yourself to be breathed. Realizing the great gift of the breath itself. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to request it. Everything is here for your own availability. We wake up in the morning and we are gifted with breath. We are gifted with oxygen. We are gifted by the gift of trees that cleanse the air for us. Everything is perfectly created for our own well-being. Gifted universe. And when we realize that great, great gift, we take in one deep breath together through the nose, top it off with a breath, sigh through the mouth, pursed lips with a big whoosh, and we say to each other, we say to the world, we say to the universe, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And that's it, guys. So you're going to do your drama, Tiger King, on your channel? I think you'd be a good teacher. Fred says, you guys was talking about miracles that stopped smoking in 1991. He told how to stop with no outside help. Thank you for listening. You're welcome, Fred. Fred drops a link. M3 says, yeah, I usually fluctuate from 4, 5, and 7 going to work, and then I have to do my configs and troubleshoot the networks from threats. Yeah, that'll keep that anytime we're dealing anything that feels like a threat in any way. even the subtle stuff, that isn't a threat in real life, but it's a threat on the job. That's our job, is to confront these things. Keeps it trapped at that higher level. Thank you, BL. I appreciate that. You're welcome, Sissy. No F says it's a gift just to wake up in the morning. It sure is, my friend. You're welcome, Anna. So it is, my friend. Hey, 1F, NF. Hi, Trent. Why did the number go to the hospital? Because he was a 6'7". 6'7". Ah, get it. Got it. Thanks for that. Thanks for the smile. So when I'm gonna apologize for play. Don't know what you mean, Mark. Tiger King says, thank you for doing that breath work. It has rejuvenated me. I feel a new man, and I can't wait to go out in the world in 2026. Thank you very much for the first time I've ever done breath work. Awesome, Tiger King, awesome. Hey, you can do that anytime during the day. If you send me an email, I'll send you my number. You can hook up with me on what app? Is Skits still here? If Skits is here, I'll call it what up, yo. And I can take a moment whenever I'm able. I'm not always able, but when I am, I will take a moment. Anyone who reaches out to me, we'll do a private breath work. Again, I will do all this by donation, and the donation can be whatever. The donation can be leaving a kind comment on my live stream. The donation can be going to someone else's live stream and leaving a kind comment on theirs. Most specifically, the greatest donation, go to someone that you don't like. Go to someone that hates you and leave a kind comment on theirs. Work within the perimeters that you're given, right? What is it that you're given? Sometimes having someone who doesn't like you, I know, hard to imagine someone not liking me. There's people out there, guys. There are people out there. Work within those perimeters that we're given, that we give ourselves. And guess what? We expand those perimeters. More importantly, we begin to see through them. We see through them. Every limit, every perimeter, every line, everything. It's always drawn by the ego itself. We're not seeking to destroy the ego. We're simply to realize the ego doesn't exist. Completely on its own. Hey, Coffee Cake. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you early in the morning. All right. I don't know if I'm supposed to put recycling out. It was supposed to go out Tuesday, but no one's showing up because of the snow. Thank you again for the happy poop. Coffee Cake is doing okay. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Struggled a bit this morning, but sometimes, winter. Thank you again, Sissy. Coffee Cake says hi to Lucy. Lucy said hi to Coffee Cake. Mark says, excuse me, sir, but Friend DMC and Jam Master J are the only MCs here. Okay, I can accept that. I can accept that for sure. 80s hip hop seemed a bit lighter. more fun, right? 90s hip hop, things began to take shape, had some meaning, uh, expressed a whole lot of stuff. Some of it dark, some of it not. Okay, guys, any questions about any of the stuff that we covered before we call it a morning? We will be back this afternoon with the Quantum Shaman. This evening, um, it's up to Sniper if he's going to do the Esoteric Lounge or not. He might have already said yes, and I missed it. If you want to send me a message, for sure. Um, Tomorrow, two guests. Elaine Felby, Course in Miracles student teacher. We're all students. We're all teachers. Nanette Tierhart. Nanette is one of our favorite guests. This is her second time coming back. Mark says you guys are lucky to grow up close to all that art. I agree. Like I said, Gen X. The reason Gen X, what I loved about it, we had all that. I grew up listening to, 60s, 70s, uh, everything it presented from country rock to punk. Uh, Beatles were the soundtrack of my, basically the soundtrack of my life. Oldie stations played 50s music, so we still heard a lot of 50s music. And then, again, talking about MTV, all kinds of new stuff presented itself. It's a great, great generation. M3 says, may I ask what this esoteric lounge is you guys have mentioned? It is basically a little lounge, a little cafe that we've opened up for Squirrel Sniper to expound upon that which needs to be expounded upon. Esoteric. Sniper says, check Eric's playlist. Yep, I need to keep adding to it. I should add some of the shorts and stuff, some of the videos that you're doing, Sniper. If you want me to, let me know. Sniper says he may be celebrating, Eric. I'll always keep you in my loop. I appreciate that. This is Esoteric Lounge, our sessions with Sniper as a co-host, diving into the esoterics and other deep topics. I view myself on the Esoteric Lounge, I view myself as the co-host. I'm the facilitator. Thanks for the unicorn vibes. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Take my walk, do some more yoga, do some burpees, do some writing, make some video shorts. Tiger King, keep having a wonderful day. Sissy says, gotcha, Yogi. See you, Lucy. So, we were talking vibrations, healing. That's what our guest is going to talk about tonight. So you have other interlocutors. You ask questions. Not so much with Sniper. Sniper presents whatever the topic of the day is. I will ask questions as they come up, and I'll help pinpoint questions from the chat. It's its own thing, really. Sissy says my link is in the chat. Awesome. I'm going to bring you up now. And there she is. Guys, if you can do a playlist sometime today, can you watch a playlist for Sissy? Soul Stars production. And we're going to do our best to help her get monetized by the equinox, which is not too far away. You can do it. We can get that thousand plus. Right? Is it 1,000 plus left? Let's see. Arm says, what are your thoughts on Apohis? Apohis? None. Not even a one. My only thought is how to pronounce it. M3 says, I definitely hope to check it out. Zephyr says, I deal with fringe science. It's also verified and peer-reviewed. Luke says, oh yeah, do some meditation too. We will do some meditation. I try to, when we did this breath work, I try to add a little meditation to it when we're able to do so. I teach meditation. That's actually meditation breath work coach. That's actually my job, so to speak. I'm a full-time YouTuber. That is my new career. That's what I'm doing. So hey, if you like the video, if you share me out, if you share out my other videos, if you want to become a member, 99 cents. One day I will have tote bags, and I will send everyone a tote bag. But really, it's just to support my channel. I have a dream of sometime having over 1,000 people subscribing to my channel, keeping me afloat. We'll get there when we get there. Thank you for this, for the happy poop. And I will teach anyone meditation. Hook me up. Send me a message. I teach primordial sound meditation, which is an ancient Vedic yogic mantra meditation technique. Very profound. When the full process is taught, it also includes self-inquiry and sankalpa. Sankalpa is setting intentions for your life. And I like to combine it with breath work. Reach out. Thank you, Mark. Mark, I always appreciate you being here. M3 says, woohoo, swag. I wanted to make shirts at some point. Are you going to do it? Hey, M3, when are you going to do karaoke again? I've had some people ask about doing some this weekend. So, Michael, if you want to learn how to meditate, mantra meditation, specific mantra meditation, let me know. I'm happy to help. Guys, make sure you check out where'd he go? M3. I hope you've reached out and subscribed to him. Born on the Bayou, good song. No one sounded like CCR. No one still sounds like CCR. M3 says, today's my last day of my work week, so I stream on Fridays and the weekend if I don't have classes. Nice. Keep us posted. All right, I'm going to head out. Sissy says, love me some CCR. Yep. I ain't no fortunate son. Love you guys. I'll see you all later.